All right, so let's get into a bit of a developer detective story. It's about a glitch that seems so small, but it trips up so many people trying to run ads on modern websites. I like to call it the curious case of the disappearing ads. So picture this. You've done all the hard work. You've built something you're actually proud of. Something cool, like this ultimate CalCub site. It's slick, it works, and hey, people are actually starting to use it. And that, of course, leads to the big question, or, at least the how do I pay for the servers question. How do you make a little money from your project without totally ruining the experience for your users? For a lot of us, banner ads feel like the no-brainer solution. You go to an ad network, maybe one like Adsterra, you grab a little snippet of code, and you just pop it onto your site. Easy peasy, right? Well, not quite. You set up space for 3, 4, maybe 5 ads on your page, and only one lonely ad actually appears. The rest? Just blank space. This isn't just some little bug. It's a genuine mystery, and today we're going to crack the case.
So here's the thing. The root of this problem isn't a typo in your code. It's a fundamental clash between the old way ad scripts were designed to work and the new way that modern dynamic websites are actually built.
Think about the old days, like a classic WordPress site. The page loads in a very predictable line, from top to bottom. Scripts run one after another. But on a modern site built with something like React, everything is a component, and they all try to jump onto the page and load at pretty much the exact same time. And that's where the chaos starts. Okay, let's zoom in on our main suspect. It's a global variable called @options. Every single ad from Adsterra uses this one variable to get its instructions. Its size, its special key, the whole shebang. The best way to think about it is like a single public whiteboard. Every ad has to run up and write its instructions on this one whiteboard before it can load.
So because all your ad components are loading at once, they're all in a mad dash for that same whiteboard. Ad number 1 gets there, scribbles its instructions, but instantly ad number 2 shoves it out of the way, erases the board, and writes its own info. Then ad number 3 does the exact same thing. By the time the main script comes along to actually load the ads, it only sees the instructions from the very last ad that got to the board. All the others have been wiped away.
Now that we understand the crime, let's follow the investigation. The developer trying to solve this tried 5 perfectly logical, but as we'll see, totally doomed, ways to fix this mess. First up, just injecting the code directly. We already know why that fails. Next, they tried staggering the ads with delays, which is just a shaky, unreliable mess. Other attempts seemed pretty smart, like using a shared config file or separating the scripts, but they all missed the real problem. Every single one of these methods still had all the ads fighting over that one single global @options whiteboard. And this is where the big breakthrough happens. After hitting a brick wall over and over, the whole way of thinking about the problem shifted. It wasn't about managing the race anymore. It was about stopping the race before it even started. The key question suddenly became, what if we stopped trying to get them to share the whiteboard nicely? What if we could give each and every ad its own private office with its own private whiteboard inside?
And that private little room has a name, the iframe. An iframe is basically a web page inside your web page. It's totally sandboxed and self-contained. It has its own separate world, its own window object. And crucially, that means it has its own private @options variable that no other ad on the page can even see, let alone mess with. And the result is it's so clean and powerful. Each ad is happy in its own little iframe bubble. The first ad writes to its @options variable. The second ad writes to a completely separate one in its iframe. They can't see each other. They can't interfere. The conflict is just gone. It's a completely elegant and basically foolproof solution. So that all sounds great in theory, right? But let's see what it actually looks like when we put it into practice on a real live website.
And there it is, the payoff. Look at the ultimate CalCub site now. You've got a banner up top, skyscraper ads down the sides, another one at the bottom, and they are all loading all at the same time, reliably every single time you load the page. The mystery is officially closed. So, what can we all learn from this little web development whodunit? Let's boil it all down to the most important lessons. Honestly, the verdict here is crystal clear. Every single other attempt, from just pasting the code to trying to time it perfectly, is a total gamble. It's fundamentally unreliable. The iframe method, especially using the src doc attribute, gives you that bulletproof isolation you need.
It's the only real answer. So let's make this a super simple checklist for you. 1. Use iframes to wrap any third-party scripts that are conflicting. 2, and this is super important, don't miss this, you have to go into your Adsterra dashboard and generate a brand new, unique ad code for every single ad spot on your page. Do not reuse them. And 3, the big lesson here, when scripts are fighting over the same thing, true isolation is almost always a better, stronger solution than trying to manage their timing. And that kind of leaves us with one final thought. This whole problem felt impossible, but the solution was literally to just put a box around it. It really makes you wonder, what other impossible problems in tech or anywhere else are we looking at all wrong? What problems are just waiting for the right frame?